match, I'm sure that all the wrestling fans would be very interested to know why General Scandal Akbar is here with Gary Hart and the great Kabuki.
Well, first of all, I'd like to congratulate Gary Hart on his tremendous campaign, H&H Incorporated, and what a tremendous athlete that the great Kabuki is. How many victories that he's chalked up, Gary. And one of the main reasons that I've asked you to be here tonight is there's 4 obstacles here in the Mid-South that, so to speak, is a thorn in the general's side. Well, I'm talking about Stagger Lee, Captain Redneck, Dick Murdoch, Mr. Wrestling number 2, and Tony Big Guns Atlas. And I was thinking somewhat of a merge, perhaps. What do you think, Gary?
Just let me say this. I have always found you to be the wisest of them all when it comes to dealing with money. You have a lot of money, and you can't find enough ways to spend your money. Anytime you want to put some of that money in my pocket, you will not find that my pockets are sold up. Stuff all you want and whatever you want done, because to me, you are like the bank of the wrestling, and I'm gonna come collect. And Kamala, absolutely fantastic. Could you imagine what we could put together between you and I?
Now we have the answer as to why General Scandal Akbar is here. And to get on with this event,
I'll talk to you after a while. Okay, we'll get together before this is over.
in the blue corner at 222 pounds from Knoxville, Tennessee, Tim Horner. And at 235 pounds from Singapore, managed by Gary Hart, the great Kabuki.
Tim Horner versus the great Kabuki. Well, Bill, things continue to go on that you never would even think of.
Well, you got that right, boy. You sit here and you watch, and you just see things happening, and in very few words out there, one of the most diabolical things that ever hit Mid-South could possibly have just hatched. Can you imagine? There's the man blowing the green, as they call it, Boyd. I think you call it the green flame. We don't know what it is. We don't know what it is, but I've had in my past career experience with Gary Hart, and I know he's an unscrupulous, heartless individual. And everybody has watched Scandal Akbar for years, and so Gary Hart's Kabuki, a master of the martial arts, not awesome in power and size like Kamala, with technique, stealth, quickness. And of course, he's in there against a young man that is extremely fast. Kabuki won't be an overpowering type. He's like a big, huge pillar that you strike with a sword. He'll absorb it, he'll pick his spot, and then he'll attack. Look at that beautiful move. Kick back in, foot sweep underneath. Softens his man up. He takes his time. He's like a cat. Look at that thrust kick. The man's balance is just phenomenal. Gary Hart would not have had the tremendous success he's had with the great Kabuki. And like I say, what an awesome thing if I read the evil intent in their hearts that Kabuki and Kamala teamed up. Chopped. And of course, Stagger Lee, Mr. USA Tony Atlas not here tonight. But Dick Murdoch, I'm sure, was watching, as was Mr. Wrestling 2. You see Tim Horner try to come in at Kabuki with his reverse swing kick into the ribs. The man can attack you from any angle. He's got tremendous skills. Attacking the nerve centers and the trapezes. Did you note before, while the managers were discoursing, he was sitting there with double nunchucks. Very quick with them. You know, many people try nunchucks and they can't even handle one set without killing themselves. And he was sitting there behind that awesome, ugly mask that had some, surely, tribal ritual meaning, and doing those nunchucks as he must have done since childhood in the Far East. When they become a master of their art, they have not done it like Vince Lombardi says, practice doesn't make perfect, perfect practice makes perfect. And they've done it and done it and done it to where it's a reaction. You don't have to think about it. Isn't it? To be good in any sport, it has to be a reaction, because you don't have time to think under the stress of what you're going through. Tack's in there again. He knows every nerve. Got him drive in underneath, behind the pectoral. And I'm sure that Tim Horner is in agonizing pain. Gary Hart of H&H Enterprises Incorporated looking on, and I'll tell you, I know from years past when he had the spoiler, when he had Pak Song Nam, Killer Khan, many others. I know how heartless that man is. As a matter of fact, in Florida, I generally don't like to brag about violence, but I kicked him where he had to wear a cast on his jaw for some 6 weeks. And I don't think for once in my life that that was punishment enough, because I've seen him hurt so badly, so many. Kabuki doing his martial arts. Tim Horner trying to fire back. But as I said, Tim Horner's got the great kabuki. Tim Horner, very agile man. But again, kabuki is not the awesome powerhouse. He is the man of skill, the man of technique. Look, him stopped him with a thrust kick into the belly. Body check. Tim Horner showing that agility leaps, but kabuki's waiting for him. Thrust kick into the throat. Karate delivery. Tim Horner. Gary Hart quick in there to break kabuki off and stop him. Awesome things to come, boy.
It is, Bill, and we'll have outstanding tag team action to follow after this important